Hello, my name is Sophie Escabasse. I'm a French cartoonist based in Montreal. You may know me for the Witches of Brooklyn series, but that's for my latest book, Taxi Ghost, that I'm here today, and I'm very excited to talk about it. My newest book, Taxi Ghost, follows the story of Adele, a 12-and-a-half-year-old girl who lives in Montreal with her granny and her sister, much older sister. And Adele's going to have her world rocked, like turned upside down completely the day she will have her period for the first time. Because in her family, when women bleed for the first time, chances are they're going to start seeing ghosts. And it's not automatic. It doesn't happen to all of them, but that's what happens to Adele. So she's going to have to learn to navigate that new ability, also to decide if she will embrace her granny's view on the matter. Not sure. And all that under the pressure of an old pestering ghost who really needs her help to save his old neighborhood. So that's a lot. I had a lot of fun with this new cast of character folks, and I really can't wait for you to meet them, especially Granny Geneviève. She's not a witch, she's a medium, but she's awesome. I mean, it's kind of new to me, the writing thing, but I've been drawing for as long as I can remember. And that's my first and foremost form of storytelling. The research phase for this book was great. It basically consisted on me spending hours on end in my local library, reading everything that I could put my hands on that talked about Montreal, all kind of books, picture book, history books. I looked at a lot of old pictures of the city, and that was amazing, to just learn how all the neighborhoods came to be, and all the, the immigration, like the different waves of migration, where people decided to leave and why. And yeah, that was a fantastic way to make the city my own, I guess, because I had just moved there. So I'm very, very grateful for that. That book is really a love letter to Montreal. But that's a great question. And I think I'd like for Taxi Ghost to I'd like if Taxi Ghost could start a discussion about period in general. Like just to be able to talk about it without embarrassment, and like the natural phenomenon that it is, and that's happening to half of the people around the world every month. I'd like for that space to exist, and I think it would be great for a book club to talk about that. Another topic that I think would be great to discuss is what we do with our cities, what's becoming of our cities. It's a complicated matter, but really worth spending time on, I think, and discuss. How urbanism affects people's life, the decision we're making, and how profit most of the time is what drives the decision, when really should be people's life and the environment, the air we're breathing, how to make space affordable for everyone, etc., etc. So there's a lot there to discuss, and I think it would be great for a book club to go over that. And ghost, of course, ghost. Who doesn't like a great ghost story? And for people to share their ghost story, we all have some ghost stories. I guess inspiration comes more or less from everything, like friends, all the media that I consume, like books, graphic novels, movies, actualities. My kids, definitely, my kids are a huge source of inspiration for my main characters, like as much Adele than Effie. I have to say that having two teenagers under my roof is pretty handy. But for Taxi Ghost in particular, the idea, the origin, came from a recurring feeling that I had when I was in my car, a feeling that I wasn't alone in my car. For instance, I would drive my kids to school in the morning, drop them off, return to the car, and then I still felt that there were people behind me. Of course, I would even check the trunk. There was never anyone, obviously, but the feeling remained. So, and this happened so many times. So after a while, I guess, accepted the fact that maybe there were people behind me. I just couldn't see them. And so maybe I was driving ghosts around Brooklyn, maybe, because back in the days I was still living in Brooklyn. And so yeah, that's the origin of Taxi Ghost.